Hey guys, it is Mission Discover. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about my kayaking setup and why I think you guys should check this one out. So my kayaking setup is unique for two main reasons. One, it's relatively affordable compared to other options on the market to get yourself into kayaking. If you have never had a kayak fishing experience and you would like to, this is a relatively affordable way to do so while still getting good quality pieces of the system. And then the second thing is, this setup here is one of the most packable and easy to store options that there is. You can carry this whole setup down to the water, you can stick it in the back of your trunk, you can stick it in the shed. You don't really need a lot of space for this setup. And I think that's one of the things that makes it really unique. So we're going to dive in here with this setup, and then I'm going to take you down to the water. I have some footage from a couple of weeks ago where we went to Scotts Run Lake in French Creek State Park, and we used this setup to catch some fish. Alright, so the first piece of this setup is this thing here, this orangey yellow satchel shaped object. If you guys have seen it, a couple of months ago I put out a YouTube short about unboxing this thing. This is actually a folding kayak made by a company called Tucktec kayaks. It's a corrugated piece of plastic that you fold it and it magically transforms from this little satchel here into a full-size 10-foot kayak. Now I'll talk about how this kayak actually performs in the meat of this video while I'm out fishing, but I'm just going to kind of run over some of the specs here. So when fully folded down, this thing is about 4 feet, give or take, so it's pretty easily packable. The whole thing weighs right around 28 pounds. It has a shoulder strap. It's easy to carry to and fro. It's really awesome. I've taken it out about 6 times now and have been really happy with the packability of this thing. And yeah, it's just a really great system. It is USA made, and you can get it for give or take $400 depending on what the sales are and such like that. Now the two other items I have in this kit are also super essential and relatively affordable. We have a life jacket. This is made by Seachoice. It is about as basic of a life jacket as you can get. It ran me like 18 bucks. Super simple, relatively comfortable, they work just fine. I just throw this thing in the back of the kayak because you need to have one to be safe and because it's required by law. A good cheap choice if you're not going to be like wearing it all the time. This one works just fine. And then the other thing I have is obviously a paddle. You can't go anywhere without a paddle. I have this one made by Overmont. As you can see, it simply snaps together there. It's a two-piece to go with the packability factor of this system. And it's not a fancy paddle at all. It runs you like 20 bucks. It's not the lightest. It's, you know, it's got plastic ends on it. It's nothing fancy, but it gets the job done. This is a fishing kayak, not just a kayak to go kayaking and be the fastest person and the most comfortable person out there. This one just needs to get the job done so I can go out there and catch some fish, and it does just that. It also has this nice cord attached. It is detachable, by the way, if you don't want it. So you can attach it to your kayak and make sure your paddle doesn't, you know, disappear on you. So with all that being said, I'm actually going to take you guys out to the water, and we went fishing with this setup. There we go. There's something. I think it's a bass. There we go. Alright, well, we're not skunked. It's not either of the two species I was looking for. We have a fish. Oh, you're all wet. Hi. Wow, you ate that nice and deep, didn't you? There we go. Nice little largemouth. Alright, adios. Nice. By the way, I'm using this little tiny paddle tail. Let's make sure you can see this. With a Chartreuse jig head. We have a fish on the board, which is always nice. It's a good start to the day. Let's catch another one. Get out of the weeds, son. Oh my gosh. Weeds. I hate weeds. But that's also where the fish live, so I need to embrace the weeds. I'm in more weeds. Arrgh! This green gunky thing. I hate it. I hate it. Why am I whining? Someone needs to help me. Oh my gosh, that was the smallest pickerel I have ever seen. And I caught it, and then I let it go. I've never actually caught a pickerel. But that thing was like 4 inches long. If I could catch a pickerel here, that would absolutely make my... What month is it? November. That would make my November. There's another one. Heard him jumping. Also, I hope this audio is good for you, because last 2 times actually I was filming on the kayak, the audio was terrible because of wind noise. So I have a little microphone cover going on here. That's a pickerel. Wait, no, oh, yes, it's a pickerel. Oh my gosh, come here, please. Please, please, please. Please. Please, don't come off. Oh my gosh, it's a pickerel. Please. No, 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 please. I have 4-pound line. Yes! My line just broke too. Everybody on the other side of the lake heard me. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, that is like 2 years of my life. Look at this. It's beautiful. All right, people, look at that thing right there. Whoa. That is my first ever stinking chain pickerel. I finally did it. I've been trying to get a pickerel for like 1.5 years. Oh, I feel so good about that. Alright, we're going to let him go here in a moment once I get this hook out of his face. Alright, so I've released the pickerel, retied my bait, and regained my composure. So we're ready to start fishing again. That was awesome. That is a new species for me. A lot of you may know, some of you probably don't. A lot of you know, a lot of you don't. We'll put it that way. I've been chasing a pickerel for 1.5 years. You guys know I'm a multi-species life lister angler. Somehow I had never caught a pickerel, and I don't know if it's like, whatever you want to call it, Murphy's Law, but for pickerel. I've had the worst luck with pickerel. I'm not going to go into it. There's like 8 different stories of how pickerel just hate me, and I actually just caught a pickerel, and I'm so happy. A lot of people hate pickerel. I'm so happy though. Thank the Lord. That was amazing. All right, let's get back to fishing. All right, so I said I would keep you guys updated on the progress of this folding kayak as I got it. I've been out on it, I believe, let me count here. 6 times now. This is my 6th trip out on it. And it's doing really, really well. Things that aren't as good about it are mounting the camera, because it kind of flexes and then the camera mount moves. The stability is really, really good. Everything like that. Another thing is you can't really push on the sides. I mean, I'm sure you can see the camera moving because the whole kayak flexes. There's no support there, so if you need to move yourself, you can't use the sides as really support. Other than that, oh, and the seat's kind of weird sometimes. You have to make sure you have the seat set up right. But other than that, it's pretty much exactly like a normal kayak, which is awesome. There's another fish. Oh, he came stinking off. Come on. I'm in the middle of the lake, so I need to be quieter because everything I say echoes. So the trick to how I'm catching all these fish here is I'm in an area that's just deep enough to where I can hit the bottom with my bait. Like where I can just like narrowly touch the bottom with my bait. And there's weeds on the bottom where the fish are sitting in, and I'm just bringing it right over the top of these weeds, reeling it just fast enough to go over the top of these weeds, and then they come out and smack it. Pretty awesome. There's a fish. What is this one? Oh, it came off. I think it was another pickerel. It's okay, we got our one pickerel. We've got little hard mouths and they're hard to hook.